Hello, Marriott Martinez back, and we have been sharing some cool behind the scenes of what we'll be covering in the November 7th bookkeeping workshop, from the power of better banking and understanding that money in and money out, categorization, and then making and building those banking habits to start building bookkeeping. So tracking money in and money out is essentially bookkeeping. But then we moved on to beyond bookkeeping. Beyond bookkeeping is leveraging technology and thinking about the powers of bringing in apps and softwares and automating our bookkeeping system. So we're excited to do it. And we can go beyond just the numbers and get the information, the data, the insights we need. But now, when you have all that in order, when you are so close to those tax ready and finance ready books, you want to also think about those kind of like next level topics. Like, how do I budget now? Now that I see numbers, now that I see the importance of numbers, do I budget? Am I too early in my business to budget? And I'm just going to respond clearly and honestly, no, you're never too early to budget. And I'm going to explain why. And that's why this next quick behind the scenes topic is going to be budget boldly. So what do I mean by budget boldly? Well, let's start with this awesome quote by Barack Obama, where he says a budget is more than just a series of numbers on a page. It is an embodiment of our values. And he's absolutely right. When it comes to our business was based on our core values, our beliefs, our values, our vision, our purpose for getting up every single day. And so we want to not only be purposeful about building our business, we want to be purposeful about how we manage our money in our business. And that's why this quote is so awesome. And it really shares this important concept of budgeting is a fundamental step to plan for your profitability and your growth for your business. You can plan for profitability and growth. And so, yes, my friends, we are going to cover budgeting. We're going to bring out the budgeting tool. We're going to create a budget. We're also going to talk about the power of how do you make a profitable budget. So how do you really estimate that income, and how do you estimate those costs and create a profitable budget? And then we're going to even move you into what's called a budget versus actual, where you can go ahead and compare budget versus actual numbers. And let's just quickly talk about how a budget really supports your profitability. As I mentioned a minute ago, you can forecast sales. You can plan ahead and start thinking about the money in related to customers, customer revenue, customer sales coming in, and you can forecast that and plan that ahead. You can also estimate the costs related to running and building and scaling and growing your business. And there's sometimes people are like, but I've never been in business before. Well, then you can research those costs. Or in this workshop, if you're in the workshop with other entrepreneurs, we can have a very honest, sincere question about the type of costs that come up when you first start your business. Then you got to think about, again, having that purposeful, value-based budget where every dollar has its purpose, right? Money's coming in, and what are you going to do with that money, right? That's the concept of really having that value-based budget, because every dollar that comes in, my friends, is valuable. You've worked hard for that money. And so we want to have a purpose for every dollar. We also want to make sure we're not mismanaging or misusing funds. And you may be thinking, but Marriott, I'm the only one in my business. I'm a solopreneur business. Guess what? You can mismanage your own funds. I can mismanage my own funds. I'm a solopreneur business as well. And so we need to be accountable for ourselves. And the budget is our accountability partner. It's our own accountability partner, and it allows us to plan ahead. So that's why it's so powerful. It also can be adjusted. And that's why I was sharing, when we look at the budget, when we create a budget together in our workshop, we're going to see how once it's created, we need it to be what's called a rolling budget. So we need to roll with the punches, and we need to go ahead and put in the actual numbers that are happening, which are going to say and tell us, hey, you know what? I may have not estimated so well, right? Maybe I need to estimate a little bit better. And then when you're learning budgeting practices, you're going to learn better ways to estimate money in, income, better ways to estimate costs, money out. And so again, that's all related to learning budgeting and learning better budgeting practices. And then lastly, my friends, and this is true, you can plan for profit. And so when you are creating a budget, you can actually plan for profit. And so I am going to link right here into this video, even though we are going to do this in our workshop. I'm going to link to a completely free budget template that I have for all of you that you can go ahead and grab that completely for free, no strings attached. And you can even watch a small little video that I did, a demonstration on how to use it and how you can create a budget that's planning for a profit. Also, in that same freebie, I will mention a masterclass completely free that I did called Your Budgeting Besties, which is basically your opportunity to not only budget for your business, but when you bring in your accountability partners and your besties, it's even more fun and it's more realistic that you're going to stay true to your budget when there's someone keeping you accountable. So again, we are going to do budgeting in our workshop on November 7th. I wanted to give you again some behind the scenes. And of course, I know I need to cover a topic, and I'll share that in my next video, which is how do you pay yourself from the business? And so everybody that joins our bookkeeping workshop is going to get a completely free 1-year access to our pay yourself calculator, a completely done for you pay yourself template to pay yourself out of the business. And yes, you're supposed to pay yourself out of the business. And yes, that line item to pay yourself out of the business should be on your budget as well. And we'll talk about that in the next video. Thank you, everyone. Again, I can't wait to see you in November 7th. The doors are almost closing, so join us, and hopefully you join us before we, the special pricing offer too. We have an early bird pricing for all of you. And, but regardless, join us. We'll be having so much fun on November 7th. And we're going to go all deep into all these concepts I've been sharing over the last few days. Okay, everyone. See you soon. Bye for now.